students, I hope you all are good. Today we'll study in continuation of chapter 4. So we were studying images and links we have already done. One more attribute today we'll study for links. So it is title attribute. Okay, till now we have studied name and href attribute, and one more is there, that is title attribute. So title attribute defines the title of the link which appears to the user as a tooltip. Okay, when we hover on the link, okay, this type of tooltip will appear. You can see in title I have written introduction of HTML. This is HTML basic structure. This is heading, example of title attribute of hyperlink. This you can see here. BR, a line break over here, and then ahref #HTML introduction, and then title introduction of HTML. Okay, so here when we hover HTML link, that introduction of HTML appears in the tooltip. You can see here, live demo also I will show. Okay, so here you can see this is the program and this is the title. This one, this is the title over here, introduction of HTML, and then when we hover it, you can see the tooltip appears with the title in it, and when we took away the pointer away from the link, then it disappears, and then again it appears when we hover. Now we'll study about tables. Tables, you know very well, contains rows and columns. It is actually arranging the data in proper structure. That means arranging data in form of rows and columns. So here, defining a table structure. The first step to create a table is to specify the table structure. Okay, so here we have to decide the number of rows and columns. Then we have to give the location of the column heading, the placement of the table caption. Got it? Identify rows and columns, then column heading we have to identify, and where we have to keep the table caption, that we have to identify. So once the table structure is in place, you can start entering data into the table. Got it? So we have to find the structure first, and then according to that we can enter data in it. So there are three tags that we have to study here: table tag, tr tag, and td tag. Table tag is used to insert the table, tr tag is used to insert the table row, and td tag is used to insert the table data. Got it? So here you can see the graphical tables are enclosed within two-sided table tag that identifies the start and the end tag of the table structure. So table tag is also container tag. It also contains start tag and end tag, and that is why both opening tag and closing tag we have to use. Then each row of the table is indicated using a two-sided tr table row. Okay, and both we have to use opening and closing tag. Then within each table row, a two-sided td will be there. Okay, every row, you know very well, there will be data inside it. Okay, in first row, like if there are two tds, two data, okay, then we have to put two tds inside it, and every td will start with opening tag and it will close with a closing tag. So let's see the structure. Here you can see, first of all, see the table. There is a table of two rows. This is first row containing first cell and the second cell. Okay, and this is second row containing third cell and the fourth cell. Got it? This is first row, this is second row. Got it? Now for table tag we have to use table we have to use table tag, and you can see opening table tag and the closing table tag. Got it? It contains two rows, so you can see two TRs, TR over here and TR over here, and every TR will be having a closing tag. Now in first row you can see there are two datas, two TD. You can see there are two table data, first cell and second cell. So here you can see in first row we have taken 2 TDs. Got it? So it's very simple. Table tag you have to start in the beginning. Closing tag you have to write in the end. Then in first row you have to write TR. Then you have to close TR here. Then you have to start TD here. Write first cell, close TD. Then again write TD. Then second cell and then close TD. Now again next TR. First TD containing third cell, close TD, start TD, fourth cell and then closed TD. Got it? The same way it is written. You can see table tag, first row, first TD contain first cell, then its closing tag. Second TD containing second cell and its closing tag, and TR tag closed. Then second row you can see TD containing third cell and the closing tag. Then TD containing fourth cell and the closing tag, then close the row and close the table. Now columns within a table. So HTML does not provide a tag for table columns. Okay, there is no specific table column. We have to create a row and inside that we have to mention TDs. So accordingly the columns will be formed. In original HTML specifications, the number of columns is determined by how many cells are inserted within each row. Okay, means how many table data it contains. There it is there in the first row. Okay, so every cell might be having some number of cells and according to that the number of columns will be identified. For example, if you have 4 TD tags, that means 4 cells in first row. Okay, so if you have 4 TD tags in each table row, that table has 4 columns. Latest version of HTML provides increased support for controlling the appearance of the table columns. Okay. Now HTML structure of the table. Here you can see, can you identify the number of rows and number of columns in it? Here you can see there is one table. Okay, table tag starts and table tag ends here. Then you can see first row, second row and third row. In first row how many cells are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 TDs are there. That means this table is having 5 columns. Okay, you can see in first row there are 5 TDs. Okay, then in second row again there are 5 TDs and third row also 5 TDs. Okay. Now the beginning of the structure you can see, you do not need to indent the TD tags or place them on separate lines, but you may find it easier to interpret your code if you do so. So after the table structure is in place, you are ready to add the text for each cell. Got it? Once you create the structure, that how many cells you want, how many rows you want, and then you start filling the content. Got it? Here you can see this is empty tab table. It does not contain any content. Only the structure has been prepared with 3 row and 5 columns. And it is not necessary to indent. You can see the table is properly structured. You can use tab here to give the space. Tab key in the keyboard you can see. So this here we can use for the indentation so that it looks good and you can understand it well. Now creating headings with the th tag. Okay, so we are using td tag. In place of td tag we can use th tag, but then it will display the table heading. Okay, it will be in slightly bold. Got it? Otherwise the work is same. Th also creates the table data, but it shows the text bold. That is why it is table heading. Now HTML provides the th tag for table headings. Text formatted with the th tag is centered within the cell and displayed in a boldface font. Got it? Th tag, the content inside the th tag will be in the center and the text will be in bold, okay, in strong. So So th tag is most often used for column headings. You know very well, columns are mostly, it looks different from the table data, and that is why th we are using here. Okay, so heading will be in the center then, and all the headings of every column will be in the center and slightly bold. But you can use it for any cell that you want to contain centered boldface text. Wherever you want the bold text or centered text, you can use there. Sometimes you might have seen that first column is also, whole of the first column is in bold. At that time we can use this. So here this is the example. You can see the first row, you can see the group runner time origin is in the center and the slightly bold. It is used, here you can see th is used for the table heading. Okay, how many rows are there? First of all, you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 rows. Okay, but here in the example I have shown you only 2 rows. Got it? You can write these code as same. Now first row, this is first row, and first row contain 1 2 3 4 th. Okay, so first th contain group, second th contain runner, and the third th contain time, and fourth th contain origin. Got it? The table row gets over. Now second tr, second row contain men. In second row there is first td. Second row first td is men. Then second td 1.1 point first Peter Tegan. Then third TD is 2 hours 12 minutes 34 seconds. Then fourth TD is San Antonio, Texas. Okay, and the table row closed. The same way you can write code for all other rows. Got it? Here they have explained only 2 rows, this first row and the second row. Now creating a table caption. If we want to give a specific caption for the table or a specific heading for a table, okay, the whole table, at that time we will use caption tag. So this is simple. You can see caption opening tag. If we want to put it in the center, we can use align center, align right, or align left, etc. Here you have to mention the caption, and then you have to close the caption tag. Got it? Then alignment indicates the caption placement. A value of bottom centers the caption below the table. If we write align bottom, that means caption will be at the bottom of the table. If we write align top or center, then it will be above the table and center aligned. A value of left and right places the caption above the table to the left or the right. Got it? Means their work is same. And for these, the caption will be at the top, but according to it, it will be placed left, right, or center as we mentioned in the alignment. And if we want caption at the bottom of the table, we will use align bottom. So only Internet Explorer supports all caption values. See, there are different types of web browsers, different companies, and every company modify their softwares according to their own choice. Okay, so some of the things are there which works in some of the web browser, and some of the web browser does not work. So Netscape supports only the top and bottom values. Got it? Internet Explorer is supporting all caption values, and Netscape supports only the top and bottom values. You can also use any other web browser like Mozilla, Firefox, etc. These things will work over there also. Now the caption tag works only with tables. The tag must be placed within the table structure. Got it? Where we have to keep the caption tag? Inside the table tag. Got it? You have to start the table tag and then you have to start the caption tag. Okay? So captions are shown as normal text without special formatting. Captions can be formatted by embedding the caption text within other HTML tags. So here what? The caption will be normally displayed in a normal text. Okay? There will not be any style, or it will not be in a specific format. Okay? If we have to design it, if we have to design the caption, at that time we have to use font tag. Got it? If we have to make it bold, italic or underline, then we can use these B tags, I tag for italic, U tag for underline. Okay. If we have to change the color, size and the style, then we have to use font tag. I have told you font tag in the previous chapter. If we have to design the text, if we have to format the text properly if we have to give the color, if we have to increase or decrease the size, or we have to change the style of it, we can use font tag. Now you can see the result of table caption. See, I told you, you have to write caption inside the table tag. Got it? So I have not written the complete code. You can see there is the table tag, the caption tag and only the first row. Okay, so you can complete the code. So the table tag, and after that caption is there, align top, that means it will be at the top of the table. You can see here result. Then bold, that means the text is slightly bold. Okay, then bold closed, B tag closed and then caption tag closed. Okay, so here you can see the result is written at the top and it is center aligned and it's just slightly bold. Then the first row, inside first row there are 4 table data. Got it? TH group, TH runner, TH time, TH origin. Okay, so here you can see. Now for all this data, you have to use TD tag inside the TR tag. Got it?